Hey guys, I'm Rogut, and this is my rant. We believe in the diversity of thought here, and if you like the content, I want you to subscribe, but if you don't, just, completely forget about me. I don't care. Alright, so, that being said, and of course, believing in the diversity of thought, I thought I would make a money topic video. This is going to be Money Topic Episode 4, and today's topic is we're going to be talking about old banknotes. And they're interesting. I'm just going to be talking about mostly the ones I have and the differences between some of the old $2 bills and the new ones, and then showing you a couple of pieces from my collection. I thought it'd be interesting to make one of these videos. And then just a few interesting facts about them. So the $2 bill has an interesting history. Now, it was used in the past by the federal government to buy, bullion, and this was back when mostly people carried around change with them because most things cost under $1, so not a lot of people would carry bills with them. And the interesting thing about the $2 bill was that in the past, 1928 and prior, everything before then, it was perceived as a bad luck bill. Like, a lot of people perceived it as bad luck because it was, it wasn't really used. It still isn't really used too much today, but a big connotation why people thought it was bad luck was because it was used to pay for prostitutes. Now, it's because back then most prostitutes cost $2, so a lot of people would be shady and they would see it as like a shady bill, so they just hated it and they thought it was bad luck, so they would just they would just cut it right in half. And it's an interesting little story about the $2 bill. Now, before 1928, there was many different designs of it, and the bills themselves used to be bigger than, the current size of bills. This is just the normal size of a normal dollar bill today. So they were bigger and they were used for different things, but again, they just weren't too common. There's many different designs with different people on it, and at one point George Washington was actually on the $2 bill, but there was a bunch of different people on it. There was, I'm looking at, a Wikipedia article right now, so, but yeah, they were bigger back then. There was a bunch of different mintings and stuff like that. They weren't minted every year, like every other bill. There's 1862 to 69, 74, 75, 1878, it skips, and just like the modern ones too, the modern mintings, the ones I'm going to talk about basically, from 1928 to 2017. I haven't seen a 2017 $2 bill, but I would like to, because, I'm a connoisseur. And, so from 1928, and then the 1953 and the 63, they all had red stamps, and they had Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home on the back of it. I'll show you some comparisons right now. So, if we just look over here. Alright, so right here you can see a clear difference because one stamp is green and one stamp is red. That's basically the two different ways they kind of looked. And there's a little bit more writing and going on the newer one than the older one. But then if we flip it over, I also have an older one. I have a 53 and a 63 old $2 bill. And then, as you can see, now that's what the back of the $2 bill used to look like, and that is Monticello, as I said before. It is, I personally like that design on the back of the $2 bill a little bit more than the current one, but I know why they decided to change it, because they wanted to get people excited for the redesign. So, what they decided to do was, on the modern $2 bill, a little bit of a comparison there, that is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and they remade the bill in 1976. Well, this is a 2009, but I have a pile right here of 1976 $2 bills, and they basically redesigned it because of the bicentennial, and that was 1976, 200 years of us being a nation. And, yeah, that's why they decided to redesign it. And an interesting thing about it is that there's actually about 4 members who were present at the signing. They're missing from the note. They had to kind of, crop the picture. They they did like a Photoshop type of thing. Except in 1976, I don't think people used Photoshop. So, so that's that. And then, yeah, so the 1976 $2 bills over there, that pile, they tend to be worth slightly more than $2, a little bit more than face value, just because of the redesign. And yeah, it all depends on like what someone's willing to pay for it. So now what I'll do is I have a couple of old other notes, and not the main topic, I guess, of the video, but so yeah, these are what the the $5 and the $10 bill used to look like. They do look different than the current one. See, Lincoln has a little bit more of a profile on that one. So yeah, and it's really cool. Like that's the back of the $10 bill. I know it looks pretty different now, but it's a cool comparison. And then that's the 5. And then on the other side, I have a very old $1 bill blue stamp, and it's it just looks a little different. It has a little bit more going on the bill itself and stuff like that. So that's my old one. So yeah, I don't have a huge collection of old notes. They're not my main focus, I would say, but yeah, they are cool notes. And they're fun to learn about. And an interesting thing about some old banknotes is that if you go to your local coin shop, if you're ever interested in going, they do have a lot of other old notes. Sometimes, because they'll have like a $1,000 bill, or like a $10,000 bill, or like a $100,000 bill, and then back in the day, in the 1800s, they'd have like 50-cent banknotes. They'd be like little tiny bills that say like 50 cents on them. I just thought that was like a really cool thing. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the little story about the $2 bills and all my notes that I have and that are really cool. I thought I'd just make a fun little money topic video. I plan on the next money. Yeah. I plan on the next money topic video to do something a little bit more focused and serious, but not too serious, because on this channel, Rogut likes to rant, So yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, I want you to hit the like button. And if you hated all my money, smash that dislike button. It gives me a chance to improve and make better content overall. Okay, and hit that bell if you want to, ring-a-ling-ding, and yeah, have a great rest of the day, and keep stacking.